Thank you very much. So, I don't know about you, but for me and my colleagues, the most difficult thing in our day-to-day work isn't really a significant drop in organic traffic, isn't really a significant drop in SEO visibility. Our main problem or challenge is to make our client to make a use of all the money he's paying us. And, well, it is ridiculous, but that's the way it is. Because our clients pay us thousands and thousands of zlotys every month, and they are receiving all the recommendations, and then they are doing nothing with them. So then I look like this. So I am calling my client, and I am telling him, "Hi, it's me. I hope that you remember me. I sent you all these recommendations, so if you could be this kind and just implement something, because you know without any implementation, there is no real SEO, because you have to change something on your site to watch it grow." And the other thing that is difficult for me is when we have this big client in e-commerce, and when he's selling, he thinks that everything's fine, because I'm selling, so what else? What is the problem? So this is a table for one of my clients. It's year-to-year organic traffic. And last year, I sent him all these recommendations, and he has a site with, of course, e-commerce section, and sections A to section D, which are more content-based. And he didn't implement anything, so, of course, he dropped down significantly. And then I called him, and I told him that. And he tells me, "But everything's fine. My e-commerce section is doing very well. I am selling. There is no problem." And I'm telling him, "Okay, but your e-commerce section is fine for now, but what will happen next?" And he tells me, "Okay, but I don't see the problem. Everything's fine. I don't have time to implement anything, and I am selling, so that's okay." So after that conversation, I looked like that. And I thought that my client looked like that. And I thought, what can I really do to avoid these situations in the future? And I think that SEO competitive, and of course he dropped down. Maybe it's not a big drop, but he just stopped to grow as much. So I think that SEO competitive analysis can help us to talk to our client, because not only we have to warn our client with these SEO competitive analyses, but also simply check the condition of our client's website, or just brag because he's growing very well. But the main reason to do SEO competitive analysis is to make our client react in some way. Okay, so how do we do that SEO competitive analysis? I will be talking more about content, because you all heard so much today about technical SEO, so I will just focus on content. So the first step is to effectively identify your competitors, and you have to think less about the type of your business, and because your competitors in the real life are not the same than your competitors in Google. So the main thing you should focus on is keywords. The keywords that you want to show on really in Google. So my example for today will be this big e-commerce in Poland. It's Empik, and Empik sells things, cultural things like music, books, movies, and also stationery and some creative products. And you should just see the site and think what's the most important for you, and of course what's important for your client. So, okay, let's say that this client, of course, he wants to sell because he's an e-commerce, but also he wants to continue growing his blog because he's making a lot of content about culture and DIY projects. So we have e-commerce and a blog with lots of content. So for these two sections, we will have different keywords. And also, we have to categorize our client site, so decide what many sections for this keyword analysis we do want to have. So for me, I thought about 4, because I looked what every other company is selling online, and I thought that many of them sells like things associated with culture, so books, movies, etc., but not everyone is selling also DIY and stationery, so this will be another keywords and another competitors. Also, I divided content on 2 things: content about culture, so reviews, top lists, news, and content about DIY, back to school, scrapbooking, etc. So I have 4 categories for keyword research, and for every category that I've chosen, I chose some keywords. You can choose as many keywords as you want. If it will be big amount that you will see your competitors better. And what do you next? You do SERP crawl for each category of keywords, for each keyword, so it should look like this. So you have your keyword. You can do this crawl for top 10, top 20, top 30, as many as you want. This is for top 10 for 1 keyword. So we have keyword, search volume, position and SERPs, domain, and URL. Okay, but how to do it? You can do it manually, but it's a pain in the ass. You can do it like we do it in our company. So we have SEO tool, which is doing it for us, is crawling SERPs. And we've got an API, and then we made some program, our indoors, it's not for sale, the SERP spy, which is just taking the things from the Unamo, and it's doing just fine, and it's doing more like everything for us. So when you've got your raw data, now what do you want to do? The first thing is creating a list of domains by number of key phrases in top 10 or top 20 search results with estimated visibility. So we are estimating the visibility, and how to do it. It's a number of occupied places in top 10 or top 20 divided by the number of available places in top 10 or top 20 for all analyzed phrases. So in more human language, I analyzed 8 keywords. The first competitor is showing on 4, because you know you can show many times on 1 keyword. You don't have to only show once. So we have 4 divided by 80, because it's top 10 and I had 8 keywords. So 4 by 80, and we are presenting it in percents. So it's 5% for that competitor. And if we have these competitors, it's a list of domains by number of key phrases in top 10 for that group. So these are really our competitors for the chosen group of keywords. And if we have these competitors, we can create the table of position for the chosen keyword group. So here we have MPIC and other competitors, and we can clearly see on what keywords we are doing just fine, what we have to improve. And also we have average position, which is very great to just show our client and tell him that, okay, you suck because your average position is 14 and your competitor's average position is 7. So just do something, just implement something from me. We also create list of domains by estimated traffic. I estimate traffic I take the CTRs from the position from Google, and I just do it search volume of the phrase multiplied by CTR, and I sum it all. for all analyzed phrases, I know that it's not very, accurate, but you have numbers that you can show your clients, so you can show them, look how much of the traffic the competitor is stealing from you. The next thing, and first conclusions when you are doing this keyword analysis is what my competitors do better, what I do better, on what phrases I should really focus on, where is the problem or where I see the opportunity. And now, after that, we can do content analysis based on our and our competitors' websites. So, especially for the e-commerce, we can take categories of us and our competitors and just compare them. So what our competitors are doing in titles, in meta descriptions, maybe they are writing them a lot better. Also headings, so number of headings, content of these headings, and content in categories. So number of characters without spaces for each our category and our competitors' category, and we can just tell our client that, you have 100 words in this category and your competitor has 500, so that's why you are not showing very well in Google. The next thing is content comparison of articles with the same topic. So we just take similar articles with similar topics and we take from them number of words and number of keywords keyword used. So for example, when we have article about flu, then our article has like 1,000 words and our competitors has 1.5 or 2,000 words. And we used the keyword flu 5 times and our competitors used it 20 times. So that's why we are there in SERPs. And yeah. Of course, when we are thinking about articles and looking at the articles, we can see clearly that our competitors maybe have some answer boxes or just fine pictures, or they are writing in Polish and you don't understand anything what's written there. Yeah. And now my favorite, SEO potential of the articles. It's not anything new, but it's numbers, and clients who sell like numbers. So it's SEO potential of the article. It's counted the same as estimated traffic. So we take similar articles like top 10 scariest movies of all time, and then we take the keywords and search volume for that specific articles from Ahrefs. Then we have the position in SERPs, and then we just count the keyword SEO potential, and keyword SEO potential is just keyword search volume multiplied by CTR from the position in SERPs. And then we have article SEO potential, which is just a sum of all keyword SEO potential. So it's not anything new, but we have numbers, and we just can show our client that, oh, look, you have only that amount and he has that, so you're not doing that well, because sometimes our clients just don't see what's the problem. I don't see it. My article is fine. I think that it's really, really great. Okay. So what do we get from that analysis really one more time? So we show our client the SEO competitive analysis focused on content, which analyzes our actual competitors in Google, not in real life, based on chosen keywords. Yes. What domains are the most visible for the chosen phrases? So if we are already visible, or if we have to work really hard to show ourselves on that keywords. which phrases we are showing higher or lower than our competitors, so on which phrases we have to focus on and which phrases are just fine, and what is our average position on the chosen phrases. So this is a great argument for our client to start for him to do something really. It shows websites that have the biggest amounts of organic traffic for a chosen keyword groups, and this is another argument for our client. Just, look, they are stealing from you, so get and do something about that. The next thing gives you the complete recipe on how to create titles, meta descriptions, and headings, because you just look at your competitors and compare everything. Shows your client exactly what amount of content is missing from his website. So there is no need to talk to him that, you know, you have to write more or something like that. You can just tell him, okay, your competitors have 1,500 words, and you have only 1,000, and this is a really difficult topic to show on Google, so you have to just write more about that. Gives your client a lot of information on how his competitors create articles. So once again, how many keywords that they are using, or if their content is just better because they have great pictures and answer boxes, etc., etc. And shows your client numbers that are explaining why his content is not ranking very well. Because some of them, they want to sell, so they love numbers, so we just give him numbers. Okay, is it a rocket science? No. But it works because it's making your client to react in some way, and when we have his reaction, maybe we will have some action from him. So he will go from this to this. And if he's listening to us, maybe he will implement something. And this is what I wish for you all. And thank you for listening to me.
Questions?
Hi, my name is Diana. I would like to ask you about the keyword density, which is the golden rule, maybe the golden environment in one article for the keyword density so that we don't get punished. And my second question is about the cliche words in the articles. I saw some of our clients being punished from the customers because they use a lot of these top 10 cliché things.
Okay, so for keyword density, I don't think there is any rule that text is just has to be readable. So if you are reading the text without thinking, oh God, it's SEO text because I can feel it, so it's okay. I heard even that some of the pages in Poland, which are highly densified with this keyword, are working well because they are useful. So there is no rule, but just not, you know, exaggerate that and do that thing. And for the cliches, I don't think that I really understand that you tell us that the top 10 or top 15 places are cliche, or... Yeah, but like every study of content marketing shows that it works. And people are clicking on that. There are even studies that you have to write only the numbers like 15, 10, or 20 because it's doing a better job than 6, 8, 7. So for us in our company, it works fine and it's clickable and it's great. You don't want to have any clickbaity titles. So I killed my mother and then nothing's in the text, yeah, because it was just a clickbait. So this not, but all the top 10 or 5 places you want to visit is fine.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Justine.
Thank you.
Give it up.